You'll never get the chance to treat me like I'm a piece of shit again. Don't call my motherfucking house ever again. Do you hear me? I'm not your mama.
What's good, everyone? 'Tis the season for baked mac and cheese, and if you didn't know, well, now you know. With the holidays on us and everyone struggling to learn how to cook last second, turning on those ovens for the first time and Googling those recipes, I took the initiative for you. I looked up the top 6 baked mac and cheese recipes on TikTok, and I took the liberty of making just 4 of those to figure out which one of them would be the best for you and which ones will take the least amount of effort. So we're gonna jump right into it and figure it out. But before we get into the real recipes, let's check out these few that I found that are just honorable mentions because they were really highly liked on TikTok. Let me tell you, and let's go ahead and take a look. Let's take a look. All right, who we got? Everything delish. All right, those are prime. Let's see what we got. A block of Velveeta.
Pasta, and today we're making it. Let's go. Add a block of cheddar to a baking dish. Then we add the elbow macaroni, cream,
not much
water,
seasoning,
shredded
but
cheese,
I get
salt,
it.
and pepper, and we bake. You remove the mac and
Just
cheese,
melting that block in there.
mix it all together, and then we bake for the
Stir it
remaining
up.
time.
That
Seriously, that is it. You can find the full recipe on my Instagram website.
No, what is that? Look like casserole. See?
Enjoy.
Here we got another self-proclaimed master of mac and cheese. He's gonna show us how to make mac and cheese by throwing random things into one pot on a stove. It's gonna be amazing, right? Let's start this. One pot, everything, just no seasonings, just water.
1 cup of whole milk
Just melt.
right into there, followed by our heavy cream to get that
Heavy
nice
cream?
and
No,
liquidy.
still nothing in
Add
it.
in some of our American cheese.
He's gonna
A
break up the
classic mac and
cheese.
is started
Yo, he's
with
got his
roux
hands all
and
up
some
in there.
butter
I'm
and
sure they're
flour.
clean
Now
though.
we of course can't do that in this one because it's all in one pot and we gotta make it super quick and easy. So we're gonna do like a,
What?
not a real roux, but we're gonna still include those ingredients.
He
because
said
they're
not a
going to
real
thicken it.
roux,
So
but
we're
the
gonna add our
ingredients
flour,
to
just right
thicken
into
it.
there. Make sure to sprinkle that all over. The flour is going to help thicken it.
I'm not a roux
Salty
expert,
action
but
all over there, into there.
Salty.
And followed by some freshly cracked pepper. Over here we have some mustard powder. You're just going to sprinkle that mustard powder all
Mustard
over that.
powder. All right,
These
now
are
he's
basically
concerned about some
like
flavor.
Boxed mac and cheese.
I don't
Now
even
we're
know
going
what
to stir
that's
this up
about.
on a medium flame for about 20 minutes. Look at how
I said
thick
flavor,
it is.
but
I'm telling
that's
you,
not what
this
that is.
is
That's
like
not what this
magic.
is.
Cheers. Let's give it a try. Oh my god. Wow.
This one, I ain't gonna lie, this one sounded good. It sounded good, and I was getting ready to make it myself because they look like they know what they're talking about. They look like they from the South. They know how to eat. I'm trusting their mac and cheese recipe, right? If I'm thinking logically. So I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna try this. But then I start getting the ingredients together, right? And I'm like, realizing what I have in front of me. I'm gonna see what we have in this video in terms of ingredients. And I had these ingredients in front of me. I said, I can't do this to my body.
This is how you make baked macaroni and cheese.
Mom, you do not need no more fat.
They funny though. I like that.
You're gonna need 3
They
sticks
funny.
of butter, 3 eggs, 8 ounces of mozzarella cheese and sharp white cheddar cheese,
8 ounces of Monterey Jack cheese, 16 ounces of sharp cheddar
Look
cheese,
at all this. Listen to all
half
this
a pack
cheese.
of provolone,
2 boxes of elbow macaroni, a brick of Philadelphia cream cheese, 20 ounces of Velveeta cheese, 2 teaspoons of
See,
sugar,
they're trying to
1
kill
cup
you.
of milk, 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, 2 tablespoons of Creole seasoning, 2 tablespoons of black pepper, 2 tablespoons of garlic, and it's not here, but 2 tablespoons of salt.
1 cup of flour.
If at this point you're not
Milk, 2
concerned,
sticks of butter, whisk and flour. It should look like this.
No, I don't
Add
know
in your
when you
cream
gotta
and
do.
your milk. Add in all your cheeses except for 16 ounces of sharp cheddar. You don't
MLK
got to,
did
but
not
Mom
die for
being
this.
real fat and adding Parmesan cheese. Add your seasonings and a stick of butter to your noodles and stir. Add eggs and mix. Add your cheese sauce and mix. Add remaining cheese and bake.
And enjoy.
Sit down. Cheese all through the bitch.
oh, but that looked good. Oh, but that looked good. But I couldn't do it to him. I couldn't do it. The first video we got here is from The Cooks. Off bat, we got that perfect crust on top that made me break my neck, maybe jump in that thumbnail. Perfect mac and cheese, I think nice crust. You know, you gotta push through a little bit. That golden corral consistency underneath. That macaroni in the pot consistency. And that's what you got in this one. So let's go ahead and take a look at this.
Welcome back, guys. I'm going to show you how to make macaroni and cheese. So I start by boiling the macaroni in chicken broth. I never use water. Once it's cooked, you want to go ahead and drain it and then add it to a pan with 2 sticks of butter, about 1.5 cups of sour cream, and you mix that. Then I season it with onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and some paprika, just for a little color. These are the cheeses that I use. You want to use fresh grated cheese, not shredded cheese. For the custard, I'll use heavy whipping cream, milk, and 2 eggs. And then I will just just layer the macaroni with the cheese and the custard. Once you reach the top, you just go ahead and sprinkle your cheese on there. Go ahead and add some paprika, again for color, throw it in the oven. And guys, when I tell you this was so good and so cheesy, look at this.
Let's make Southern baked mac and cheese. To a large bowl, add 2 eggs, 8 ounces of preferably softened cream cheese.
Let me tell you, when I heard cream cheese and baked mac and cheese, I was a little lost. I ain't never heard about no cream cheese and no baked mac and cheese. But you know what? I'm gonna try it. So right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you, you need to soften that cream cheese. She tells you you need to soften that cream cheese. You should go at it with softened cream cheese. You should. Because when you don't, it's gonna look like this. I'm gonna show you. It's gonna look sorry. It's gonna look sorry. It looks like this. It looks like Play-Doh with some little flecks in it. That's what it looks like.
Let's make Southern baked mac and cheese. To a large bowl, add 2 eggs, 8 ounces of preferably softened cream cheese, and 2.5 cups of half and half, and give it a really good whisk. You also don't want to forget to season with kosher salt at this point and some freshly cracked black pepper. Now we're going to add our shredded cheese. I added about 6 to 8 ounces of extra sharp cheddar, 6 ounces of shredded Velveeta, and 4 ounces of shredded American. Oh, and we're gonna add about 6 ounces of shredded Colby Jack cheese as well. Give that a good stir, then butter a large baking dish. Now add a pound of the half-cooked pasta of your choice, along with our milk and cheese mixture. It's important that the pasta is half-cooked here because we're popping this in the oven and the pasta is just going to continue to cook. Now top the whole thing with 2 ounces each of extra sharp cheddar and Colby Jack cheeses and bake at 350 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes. I also turned on the broiler for 1 to 2 minutes at the end of cooking to get those brown spots on top. This is next level cheesy goodness, guys. Definitely one of my favorites.
At the end of the day, this one gives you that textbook creamy texture, but the flavor in this one was just a little bit bland in my opinion. You could have added probably a little bit more just to get something to pop in there, but if you go with her measurements, I don't know if you're gonna get that much flavor.
Today for episode 2 of the Thanksgiving series, we're making the best mac and cheese because you guys loved last year's recipe and I just wanted to give you guys an even better version. To begin, we're going to add all of our heavy cream, our cream cheese, as well as all of our seasonings, and we're going to let it simmer on low heat and set it to the side. Here I'm just boiling my 1 pound of macaroni, but remember before you drain it, you want to save 1/2 cup of your pasta water, and then after you drain it in the same pot, we're going to saute our garlic and our shallots. You want to saute them for about 2 to 4 minutes, then add in your flour and saute until it's slightly golden. Add in your sauteed heavy cream, as well as your pasta water and all of your cheeses. Mix on low to medium heat until your cheese is nice and melted. It should look something like this, and then you can pop in your macaroni and give it a good stir. You want everything to be nice and coated, and then you can get ready for layering your macaroni. You want to add a layer of your pasta, a layer of whatever cheese you like the most out of the 3 cheeses that we used, another layer of pasta, another layer of cheese, and we're going to bake at 350 for about 10 minutes or until you're happy with the top layer of cheese, and then take it out whenever you're satisfied, and you're done.
This one may have been my favorite clip to make, easily because of this right here. It was fun to make this roux, it was fun to watch her make it, and from what I understand, a roux is basically just melted cheese, so I'm down to make one anytime. I never made one before either, so it was an experience, but I wouldn't say it was like challenging by any means, so don't be intimidated by it. It wasn't that hard to do. It took me like 3 minutes. And the consistency you get from it, from making that roux, is worth it. And I feel like it packs in that flavor a little bit better as well. This one was honestly pretty uneventful. It was mac and cheese. I'm allergic to seafood, so I couldn't make the lobster with it, unfortunately. But even without the lobster, it had a pretty good flavor. Well, thanks for sticking with me to the end. I think that Miriam had the best mac and cheese. I'm gonna put her on the screen here again. I think she had the best mac and cheese. Making that roux was really fun. For somebody like me who's never really cooked that much, it was pretty cool to be in there and really making that on the stove. If you're gonna make one of these mac and cheeses, I would recommend hers. Like, comment, subscribe. I hope to see you in the next video.